Welcome back to the Half Thumb Homestead. Well, I got an issue with my deer lease van here. It's leaking. As you can see, the rail's all rusted. So we got to take out all the sealant. I added this last week to try and keep it from leaking real bad inside. Take all this stuff out all the way down. Clean it up. Put some rust converter in it. Put some rust encapsulator on it, paint it, and then seal it again. I didn't bore you, I already washed the van. It's still super ugly. But I may end up having to replace this piece of trim here. This is just supposed to be a light rubber vinyl piece, but all the way up front, there's some rust there. It's all bunching up, coming off there. A little rust here, but the gap, I don't have a lot of gap here. I made a tool to hopefully get in there with my gun, it's called a rivet gun. For those of you who don't know what a rivet gun is, it's like a muffler cutter, get on Harbor Freight, not too expensive. Hopefully it'll chisel all that stuff out real good, and then I'll have to get up underneath here and get all that sealant out. Then I'll have to go through and put leveling compound in here, leveling sealer, after I convert it, encapsulate it, and then paint it, and then seal everything. So it's gonna be tons of fun. Right now, I can't get this door open. This cable broke. So that's first step. Let's fix that door. So to give you an idea how bad the corrosion is, this is the inside of the rail I've taken the stuff out of. Sealant. I had to take the edging off of the top. I'll have to find some of this, put it back on, but you can see how I've cleaned it up pretty good. There's some rust there, and there's not rust, and there's rust, but it's pretty gruesome. Still water in there. So I think once I get it all out, hopefully today, I'll just get my pressure washer out, pressure wash it really good, and then the rust converter and then encapsulator should work wonders. So this here's my rivet gun. It's a 4X. This is the set that I ground down, give me a little detail on it. I'm getting this out, so here we go. Grinder with this special wheel I bought at Home Depot. Pretty thick one, and I just get in there and grind it out. I go this direction and try and get up against this side of the rail, and I go this direction to get up underneath here, and then I grind out the center. Using electric, I just have this laying around. Corded one, I should say. It's called the battery one. So I'll chisel some of it out, the battery's charging, then I'll come back and grind it out. I'll put the batteries back in the charger and chisel more out. Just go back and forth. I've been over probably 2 hours now, and I've got about half, almost half of it chiseled out. You saw how wet the back was. I haven't tried to grind that yet because it just makes it worse, so it's got to dry out first. I got the rail all clean. See the rust in there. I'll put the converter on there tomorrow. It's up underneath. Actually gone through. So when I fill it, I'll have to put some tape in there to keep it from dripping out. Another hole here. Haven't decided if I want to take all this stuff out yet. I did in the areas where it was rusty. I did grind it down pretty good. I think the encapsulator and the converter will get in there and protect it, and then I'll just put a skim coat out here. I did in front. Up here, actually get it out of there. A couple screws broke, but overall not too bad for a 96. Kind of hit here, but you know, it's just a deer lease van. I'm not trying to impress anybody. Then once I get this done, I'll paint this again, and then I'll put the weather stripping on it. On the van, I'm going to apply where the rust is. I'm going to apply this rust converter. And it says after 20 minutes, apply it again, and then wait 48 hours, and then I'm going to put on this rust encapsulator. It's like an aluminum finish. So let's go look at the first coat of rust converter I put on. So it goes on bluish, and I guess when it dries, it turns black. Turning black there. Then you put on another coat of this stuff and wait, like I said, 48 hours, and then you can paint it. We shall see how it turns out. So far it looks pretty good. This is where I started. It's no longer blue. It does look black now. So it is converting the rust. Alright, so I got the Eastwood encapsulator on there. Silver. My first coat. I'll do another coat tomorrow. I put the converter on there and let it sit for 24 hours. And now I'm putting on the encapsulator, and what this does is it entraps the rust. It used to be rust. Makes it so it can't spread. So that's the entire rail all the way down. Might be a little thick, so I'm going to let it sit for a good 24 hours before I put any more on it. But I did tape off the edge here. I'm not too concerned with the silver on the bottom there. Like I said, it's just a deer lease vehicle, so I'm not trying to impress anybody. There are some holes, and I'll tape those up when I do the leveling compound. I did end up taking out the sealant all on the edge here, and I put the converter inside there, and then the encapsulator in there as well. So to fill the lower gap, because I can't have it running, I bought this Fast Cure marine sealant. I did it between my first and second coats of the encapsulator, just because I don't want it to stand out black, so I'm going to have it stand out silver. I'm going to go down to this lower line here with the silver when I do the encapsulation. Second coat. This has to cure for about 3 hours. Once it skins over, then I can paint over the top of it. So that's what I use all the way around, just to seal the bottom. Because I want to fill that up to the lower lip there with the self-leveling, and up here I didn't want it running out all over the window, so It's like that all the way around. Remember, I took that sealant out, had to replace it. That should be good and sealed now. Alright, there's my second coat of encapsulator. I went down about an inch or so below and just painted the whole thing so it wouldn't look too ugly. It's probably still going to look ugly. As you can see back here, it's pretty bad. In a perfect world, I'd probably cut all that out and replace it, and this world ain't perfect, so we're going to make it work. Next step is to, once this dries after about 48 hours, maybe longer, I can come in and I can just fill that gap with leveling sealant up to the outer edge over here, but not high enough to where it'll interfere with the molding. And I'll clean it better once the encapsulation is dry. I'll clean it off real good before I put the trim back on, which I still have to find. So I'll link in the description below everything I've talked about so far. Like and subscribe. And we're going to wait 48 hours and then we'll finish up a leveling compound. Alright, so here I've got the second coat of encapsulator on there. It's dried for a good 48 hours. Now I'm going to put in the leveling compound, sealant. Just going to clean it out with some alcohol and a rag to make sure there's no dust on it. Like I said, it's been sitting for 48 hours. Taped off the areas that have the rust through to protect the stuff from leaking out. This is what I'm going to use. Just some lap sealant, self-leveling, HAPS free, white. I'll show you when it's done. So as I'm doing this, what I've learned is when you do your first bead of sealant, stick it up against the edge where the fiberglass comes in contact with the lid here. Just put a good nice bead across there, because what that'll do is that'll seal if there's any gaps between the fiberglass and the rail. And then do the same thing on this side, and then up against the side here, and do a nice good bead across here, and then use your finger or a toothpick or a popsicle stick and just kind of mush it in, and then fill the center up. Then it comes out looking a lot better, a lot smoother there. That's how it's going so far. I'm on my last section of rail. Got my last tube of sealant. I sure hope it's going to be enough. I bought 4, so I may have needed 5. Well, here we are at the final stage. Got the last bit of sealant in the trough there. I ran out the other day, so I had to order another tube just to finish from here forward. It's a very small section. I'm going to make a small piece of steel or aluminum to go from this screw to this screw to hold that down, maybe even that screw to here, long enough to hold that down so it doesn't, I think the old stuff had a bulge in it right there, and you want to put the wraparound back on, which I don't have, it's on order, won't be here until the end of the month, and that will, then you have to seal the top, according to the RV guy, I got at the RV store. So that's how I redid my rain trough here on my van. One is good, it's still soft. It's been about 3 days. Hopefully it'll toughen up. If not, I'll get to do it all over again and put some type of epoxy stuff in there, which I probably should have done, but hey, live and learn, I guess. There you have it. That's the rain gutter repair on a 1996 E150 conversion van. Half them out.